UK jobs market weakens in 2025, unemployment at 4-year high, job vacancies drop. The UK jobs market is facing significant challenges, with the unemployment rate climbing to its highest level in 4 years. This development is making it increasingly likely that interest rates could be cut in the coming month, according to financial analysts. But here's where it gets controversial. Some argue that lowering rates might not be the best move given that inflation is still on the rise. The Office for National Statistics, ONS, reported that the annual rate of pay growth between March and May slowed to just 5%. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate has risen to 4.7%, and the number of job vacancies has been steadily decreasing for the past 3 years. The government has acknowledged that more needs to be done to boost the economy, while the Conservative Party has harshly criticised the rise in unemployment as a disgrace. In an interview with The Times, Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey hinted that there could be substantial interest rate cuts if the jobs market continues to weaken. Uriel Salfin, chief economist at KPMG UK, agrees, suggesting that the slowdown in pay growth could pave the way for an interest rate cut in August. While a reduction from 4.25% to 4% is widely anticipated, some economists warn that cutting rates might encourage spending at a time when inflation remains high. One factor contributing to the hiring slowdown is the recent increase in employer national insurance contributions, NICs. Many businesses have reported that this rise has made them less inclined to hire new staff. Peter Kinsella, who runs 2 Spanish restaurants in Liverpool, describes this as the toughest period for his business since the 2008 financial crisis. He has had to cut staffing hours, reduce opening times, and delay repairs to make ends meet. "We are managing, but by the skin of our teeth," he says. HR Director Peter Wallaflin, who advises 300 businesses in Liverpool, reports that most of his clients have implemented recruitment freezes. Businesses are now seeking advice on how to create more flexible workforces, he explains. For some clients, redundancies are the only option. Others are exploring restructuring, salary reviews, 4-day workweeks, overtime cuts, and replacing permanent roles with agency workers. Paul Dales, chief economist at Capital Economics, notes that ONS data shows a decline in the number of people on payroll in 7 out of 8 months since Chancellor Rachel Reeves announced the NIC's increase. This trend indicates that businesses are reducing their headcounts to offset rising costs. Employment Minister Alison McGovern has announced funding for new work initiatives in areas with high economic inactivity to help remove barriers to employment. Shadow Work Secretary Helen Whately, on the other hand, argues that job losses are devastating for hardworking families and predicts that the situation will worsen under the current Labour government. Liberal Democrat Treasury spokesperson Daisy Cooper calls for reversing the jobs tax to stimulate small businesses. The ONS data reveals that job vacancies fell to 727,000 for the April to June period, marking 3 consecutive years of decline. This number is now at its lowest point in a decade, excluding the sharp drop during the pandemic when lockdowns prevented hiring. The ONS also reports a decrease of 68,000 in the number of people on payrolls from March to May, with a forecasted further drop of 41,000 in June. Uriel Salfin at KPMG emphasizes that the impact of April's tax and administrative changes has significantly slowed hiring activity among firms. With domestic activity remaining sluggish, the Bank of England is likely to consider looser policy measures to prevent further deterioration in the labour market. The inactivity rate, which stands at 21%, down from 22.1% last year, remains above pre-pandemic levels. What do you think? Should the government prioritise cutting interest rates to stimulate the economy, or is it more important to address inflation first? Share your thoughts in the comments below.